back to my channel. Today I am super excited to be talking to you guys because I feel like it's been a really long time. I know it hasn't, but I just felt it in my soul. It was time to talk to you guys. So today I'm going to be making a little what's on my iPhone video, and I'm really excited because I love to watch these. I don't know if it's just like the nosy person in me or what, that just really loves to see what people have in their phones, what apps they use. So I'm going to share that with you guys. I've got some good apps for money saving, just being a student, and for like Instagram stories and editing and all that good stuff. So I'm going to share all of that with you, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay everyone, so this is my home screen. This is where I have all of my apps. I don't have any other pages with apps on it. I like to have it all in one place. It just makes me feel organized and not like I gotta go searching for things. And then I have my widget side. So I'm actually gonna start with my widgets and not with my apps, just because widgets are a thing that I haven't really used very much until recently, and they're super helpful. So I just want to show you guys what I have on here and all of the capabilities that I can do with it. So the very first thing is I have my calendar app. I have a calendar widget up there, and what's really nice is that my work email, my personal emails, my school emails are all connected to my phone and my calendar. So anytime I get an invitation to be part of something, or for my job, my internship, whenever we have a shoot or a meeting, it'll come up right there and I'll know exactly what's coming up next, and I just love having that there. Tomorrow we're filming a really big video ad, so I'm really excited about that, and that is the first thing up there. Then I have my Bible widget, and it has the verse of the day right and ready for me to read, and I can just go ahead and click it, and then it'll open my YouVersion Bible app, but I will go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about that a little later. So have my Bible app, the weather, because in Florida you just never know. You never know what it's gonna be like in Florida, and that really depends on my outfits, so have that there. This next one has actually been such a huge lifesaver, just because I'm always surprised by my menstrual cycle. Like I never really keep track of it, so it always catches me by surprise. You think I would have gotten onto it by now. I mean, it's only been 21 years of my life. But I finally downloaded an app, and being able to track is just really cool, and knowing what's going on in your body. So I have the app, and it has a widget, so I can actually see like the little calendar and when I can expect my period, ovulation, and all that good stuff. Not sponsoring this app like at all, like this is not sponsored. I just genuinely enjoy it. It's just really useful, I guess, and it's literally just PC, like the period calendar app. I think that's what it's called. I'll show you guys that a little bit later too, like in detail. But then I've got Trello, and at my internship we use Trello to stay organized and collaborate and make sure everybody knows what everyone's doing, what we've got on our plates and all that. And so I just have the widget there so that anytime I get a notification, it's easy to just swipe up, see what's going on, see what everybody's talking about, and then just be in the loop. But I love my widgets because I have so many things that I can put on here. I can put my grades, and I used to have my grades up there for a little while. Lightroom, I don't really use the Lightroom widget because I just don't need it. I do love the LinkedIn widget, the who's viewed my profile. Recently, for some reason, it does not connecting to the app for me, but when it was working, that was really cool, just to be able to see immediately like who's looking at my profile, what's going on. That way I can just be networking my little life away. If you're a type 3 Enneagram score, that's me, and we really love our networking. So I have all of these, which is just really cool, and I love having this option to have widgets here. So that was my little spiel on widgets, because I haven't really had that before, or I probably have had the ability to use it, but I never did until recently, and I'm loving it. So I wanted to share with you guys all the things you can do and how different apps have different functions in the widgets that are really cool. Okay, back to my home screen. So the very first thing I have here is photos, and I just love having my photos app ready to go, because really that's what I'm doing on my phone most of the time. I'm either taking a photo, editing a photo, or something with photos. So I just love to have my camera and my photos ready to go first thing. Then I have my maps, because I use my GPS for everything. I don't like to get lost or even just risk it. If I even like think a little bit that I might get lost, I'm using my maps app. So I have my maps there. Next up, I have my notes app right next to my GPS, and this is just kind of my brain dump location. If you don't use your notes very much, I really suggest you do, just because it's excellent for like anytime you have to remember something think about anything, if you have like an idea, I just like to jot it down really fast. This is just the perfect place to jot it down and not forget it. Like, forgetting things is like the worst thing in the world to me. I don't like to forget things, and so this is how I make sure that I never forget anything, and then I can just transfer anything I put in here into my planner or wherever it needs to be. As you can see, it's really random what's on here, things for my internship and my sorority and little emojis and personal things. I also love that you can actually lock your notes. Honestly, probably a lot of the things I'm telling you are things that people already know that are just fascinating to me, so bear with me. But you can actually see the little lock. You can choose to lock a note, and it'll only open either with your fingerprint or your face or like your little pin code, which I really love, and I love doing that for passwords and things like that, just because you can't forget those, and I need them to be in a safe space as well as like sensitive information. So I'd love to have that in here, and I definitely suggest you use that. Then I have my clock app, which is where my alarm is for the morning. I'm not even gonna click it because it scares me every time I hear it. I really need to get a new alarm. But yes, so I have my clock app, my settings, and then I have the Apple tab. And this is just kind of where I keep like the preset apps, like the App Store, iTunes Store, weather, calendar, and shortcuts, because I don't really use these on a daily basis that I would want them standing alone. And I just like everything to be organized, so I just like to have those in there. And then I have my photo folder. So if you open that up, you will see all of the apps that I use when I am editing a photo on my phone. Mind you, the process looks a little bit different when I'm using my laptop, my computer, also depending what it is that I'm editing, but this is really like the master folder of what I do. So I'll kind of take you through the loop with all the things. The Retouch app is a really good app for cloning and removing objects. So let's say, for example, I love going to Disney World. If you've been following me for a while, you know this. And taking pictures at Disney is really hard because there's always a crowd, and you can really never get a picture with just you in it unless it's really close up and, you know, creative freedom. You want all of the options. So the Retouch app is really awesome because it allows me to literally just take a person out of a photo. It does take getting some adjusting to. You do kind of have to learn the ways of the app a little bit, but it's just a lot easier than having to go into Photoshop and taking somebody out, and you can just do it real quick. Not perfect, but really good tool for sure. So I definitely recommend the Retouch app for that. Then I have the Plan and the Feed Preview app. So these apps are both feed planning apps for Instagram. So if you're someone who really cares about the way their grid looks and all of the photos looking cohesive next to each other, then this is something you might like to do. They also have different features. Like I know the Plan app lets you plan your captions. It lets you pick out like high performing hashtags and just a bunch of like other really good marketing tools for social media, but you do have to pay for those, and it's just not that serious for my personal Instagram really, and there's just other ways to get that information that I don't feel like I need to pay for, but I do like to use it for the aesthetic planning, and that is free. In order to be able to manage 2 different Instagram accounts with the Plan app, you have to have a paid plan, and I am about to do that because your girl's in college and on a budget. So I just downloaded the Feed Preview app, which essentially does the exact same thing, and I use the Plan one for myself and the Feed Preview one for my sorority because I am our webmaster. And I don't know why I thought something moved in the background, and I got really freaked out because I'm the only person here right now. Anyways, that was not fun. Okay. Yes, so I'm the webmaster for my sorority, and so I manage our Instagram, our website, everything that has to do with like the like digital communications, the internet. So I use the Feed Preview app for them, or for us, and then the Plan one for me. Then I have Facetune, and Facetune, I'm pretty sure most of you know what that is. It is a photo editing app, but typically used more so for like Photoshop in the sense of like a person, like skin, teeth, things like that. But I like to use it just because before I had the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, I wasn't able to access the selection tool in Lightroom, which let you get into like the nitty-gritty little spots to edit out different things. And so I used to use the Facetune app to do that instead. And so I just kind of keep it around just because I still do like to use it sometimes. For example, like it has like a paint feature where I could like paint a background a different color or something. And these are things I could do in Lightroom too, but I just like having the Facetune app because it's just easy. Facetune has a lot of capabilities that you might like to have. So there you go. It's a little bit controversial of an app, so just making that known, but there is a lot of creative freedom you can use and different creative ways you can use the app for your photos. Then I use the Unfold app, and the Unfold app is what I use for all of my Instagram stories. It just gives you lots of freedom that is a little bit different than what Instagram offers you. It has a lot of different templates for you to put your pictures in, and obviously like how good it looks depends on how good your photos are and your creativity and all that, but it is a really awesome base to make some really cool Instagram stories for sure. And then we have Lightroom, and that is part of the Adobe Creative Cloud. You can download the app for free, and you have a lot of different functions you can use. You obviously have more functions if you have paid for the Adobe Creative Cloud or for the Adobe Lightroom subscription. Super awesome tool. I absolutely love using Lightroom. You'll see a lot of Instagrammers and bloggers and all sorts of people sell presets for Lightroom where it makes it just a little bit easier to edit your photos. I really love to just start from scratch and edit a photo just from the beginning. Like, that's just one of my favorite pastimes, really. It's one of my favorite parts of the photography journey, I guess, is editing. But yes, Lightroom, super awesome tool that I definitely suggest you using. And then I have the Camera Connect app with Canon, and that is what allows me to connect my vlog camera that I'm using right now and my photography camera to my phone, so I can just send pictures over it really fast, so I don't have to be carrying around my laptop everywhere or get a little adapter to put my SD card in my phone. Okay, that was the photo app. Probably my favorite photo folder kind of rhymes, but that is my favorite folder on my phone for obvious reasons. And then I have the extra folder. This is also where I keep a lot of the extra Apple preset apps that I really don't use at all very much, but it's just every once in a while I'll open them, so I don't really want to have them scattered all over the place. I have the Find My iPhone / Friends app on there, contacts calculator, voice memos. You are able to delete some of them. I think I had the measuring one. I deleted that one because I really never use that, but for voice memos I use it a lot if I'm interviewing someone. I was a contributing writer for the Florida Alligator, and so we did a lot of interviewing people for our articles, and occasionally I'll pick up an article and use that then, or maybe for her campus I'm a features writer, so that just really helps then because I can only take as many good notes as I can, and it's just so much easier when you can listen to it again. Health, Wallet, FaceTime, Life360 is actually an app that I have downloaded because my boyfriend does not have an iPhone. He has an Android phone, and so he can't use the Find My iPhone, obviously. So we have this Life360 app so we can see where we are and be nosy and all that. But yeah, some people think that's weird to track each other. I barely ever track him, ever. The only time I really look him up is if he's driving somewhere and I just want to see if he made it home, or I don't know, anything like that. Some people are weird about that for some reason. I've watched these and people find that so bizarre, but it's really not that weird at all. And then I have the PC app, or the period calendar app, and that's just the app that I've really loved the most for tracking my menstrual cycle. So you always want to know what's going on there. So yes, I have that one too. All right, and then I have the media folder, and this has podcasts. I absolutely love I just played it on accident. Okay, I absolutely love I'm gonna see if I can, no, there we go. Okay. I absolutely love the Gold Digger podcast by Jenna Kutcher. If you're into social media marketing, if you are a business owner, if you are a photographer, she just gives some excellent advice and wisdom from herself and from all sorts of different people. And she's a Christian, and she is just the sweetest. I don't even know her, but I'm in love with her. I'm so inspired by her. And so if you are looking for a podcast, I definitely suggest the Gold Digger podcast for sure. But yes, I have podcasts, music, Spotify, Netflix, and then YouTube. I really watch Netflix on my phone. I broke my laptop over the summer, which was really unfortunate. And so for a while I was without a laptop. So to cope, I downloaded the Netflix app on my phone, and I cried and watched Netflix on my phone because I broke my laptop. I have a new laptop now, so it's all well. But yeah, I used to have Apple Music and Spotify Premium for a while, and occasionally I still do use Spotify, but my stepdad bought the subscription for YouTube, so I just kind of moved off of that, and I will listen to music on YouTube, which I kind of like too because I'm slowly building up playlists, and then I can share them with you guys a little later. So I think I kind of like that a little better, so I use that as well. Then I have my brand folder, and this folder is kind of where I keep everything for you guys and my website and all sorts of things like that. So I have a YouTube Studio app, which is where the creator studio is, and I can see all the analytics and functions and all sorts of things that regard to my videos and my channel on this app. I'm a really big stats girl. I love research, I love data, and I make a lot of my decisions that way for kind of videos I make and what kind of things I try out and do like that. So I really love having that there just because it keeps me on my toes. It's like a little game. It's fun. And then I have the Wix app, and Wix is the I don't know how to, I don't want to say developer, I guess I'll say developer. Wix is the website where I created my website. My website is www.adrianaelsantiago.com. You can go check out my website there. Again, not sponsored, just things I genuinely love using. They just made it really easy to make my website. I had a lot of creative freedom without having to go through all of the nitty-gritty things with HTML and coding and all of that stuff, and it was just made it really easy to make a beautiful website that I loved, and it gave me lots of freedom because I really love graphic design, and it just gave me lots of opportunities to include that and incorporate that with their platform to create the perfect website for me. And that's just kind of where I have just all of like my professional things. It's kind of like a professional website, also portfolio. You can go check it out. I really like it. So, and then I have my files where I keep any important things that I would like to have on my phone as well. And then a Cricut design because we got my mom a Cricut for not Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and I love to use that little sucker. So I have it on here as well. All right, and then social. Actually, some of these should not be in here, but that's okay. Have Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Messenger, LinkedIn, VSCO, and Chromic. Wow, I was talking about my website, and I get notifications from Wix that says site visitor. You can see it. When I have the Wix app downloaded onto my phone, it will send me notifications whenever someone is on my website, and I can see exactly what page they're looking at and how frequently they come and visit my website, which is really cool. I feel like I'm a little like fly on the wall, being sneaky and seeing what people are looking at. So I really love having that, but that just kind of showed up. Perfect example. So yes, I have all of my social media apps here. I'm sure you know what most of these are. I would probably say my favorite social media apps are Instagram and Pinterest. I also love to share with you guys on Instagram, so if you're not following me yet, go ahead and check me out. I'd love to connect with you. Then I have Pinterest, and I just love me my Pinterest. I was looking at all sorts of like, oh, I actually love that, but okay. I was looking at all sorts of wallpapers yesterday because I was like, what's a cute little wallpaper to keep on my phone for this video, and I was looking around and just nothing spoke to me, so I just stayed with the same one that I had. Also, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I was doing that, so I probably wasn't in the best state and feeling the most inspired. I was just really tired. So love Pinterest. Then I have Facebook Messenger, and then LinkedIn. If you are a college student and you do not have LinkedIn on your phone, please get LinkedIn on your phone. LinkedIn is such a big tool. Like, I am the biggest LinkedIn advocate, just because I'm big on networking, obviously, and I truly think that networking is how you make your dreams come true. You know, obviously hard work and dedication and inspiration, all that really is what drives it, but networking is really big. It's a big tool. Your public image, your social image, your professional image is really important, and being on LinkedIn constantly, checking it just as much as you do Instagram or anything else, LinkedIn and your email is really important, just so you can stay in the loop and just be amongst all of the thought leaders in your industry. So definitely download the LinkedIn app if you do not. I could not stress that enough. You can see who's looking at your profile. You can constantly make updates to your profile. And if you really want like a certain internship or a certain job, you can connect with the people who already have it or had it before. There's just so much you can do. Like, just get it. Do yourself the favor. So if you're in college or if you are just a professional, get the LinkedIn app, because you're most likely to use it and check it and utilize it much more if it's on your phone. That was my little LinkedIn spiel. And then I have, okay, so I downloaded the VSCO app literally a couple days ago just because I've heard so much about the whole VSCO girl thing. And the last time I heard of VSCO before this whole phenomenon was literally maybe when I was a sophomore in high school. And I'm a senior in college now, so that was a long time ago. I'm like, VSCO is such an old app. Why is that such a thing now? And so I was doing some investigating, trying to understand this whole concept of the Visco girl, and I'm learning. I'm trying to be hip, you know, so no, I'm very knowledgeable about things, but that one just really took me by surprise because that is such an old app. But I guess this is really good, just really good exposure for them, so it worked. I fell into the trap. I downloaded it. And then aside from that, I have the Chromic app, which actually should not be in here. Come on, let's move. That should be in my photo app because I use the Chromic app to edit my Instagram stories. So if I have a video that I'm putting on my Instagram story that I don't want to go through all of the drama of taking the video, putting it in Premiere, and color grading it and chopping it up and all that, I just use Chromic. Chromic is really great at color grading your videos, and by color grading, if you don't know what that means, it's basically like photo editing, how like you bring up the saturation or bring up the brightness and the contrast, but for videos. And that would be it's much more of a process to do that on like Premiere Pro and all of that. And this just makes it really easy to do it on your phone, so it's not so much of a hassle, it's not so serious. They have a bunch of different filters that you can buy as well as some free ones, and so just really love that. Also, if you see people's Instagram stories and they have the cool vintagey video effect, right there. So there you go, pro tip. But yeah, so I use that one too. And so yeah, that is it for my social folder. Then I have Learn, and in here I have a couple of different things that I use for school, or really just anything revolving education. It'll be a crazy time when I can delete this folder from my phone. It's not too far away, it's kind of scary, also kind of awesome and crazy. First thing I have in here is my Bible app, and this is the YouVersion Bible app, and you can see all sorts of plans. You can look through all sorts of different devotionals and plans that you can do by yourself or with others. You can make friends on the Bible app. You can connect to your Facebook, have all your Facebook friends on it if you wanted to, and do plans with different people, which is really awesome because you can keep each other accountable on spending time in the Word every day and just reading your Bible every day and really getting your feel of Jesus for the day. So I really love it for accountability, but I also just love it for different devotionals, so you don't have to go out and buy books. Or a lot of really good books that are recommended out there right now that I've heard so many people recommending to me to read. You can kind of get a preview of what they're about through the Bible app, so you don't have to fully commit to buying it, and you can just read up on it, and then if you really are interested, you can go out and do that. So I really love that. I also have the verse of the day here. If I were to have clicked the widget from earlier, it would have taken me here as well. And so there's just a lot of really cool things. So I definitely suggest you go ahead and download that Bible app. And that is the YouVersion Bible app. And then I have Canvas Student on here. Canvas is the online student website, I guess, or the student dashboard for the University of Florida. So all of my classes are on there, and I can look at all my assignments, all my grades, all of that stressful good stuff right there. And then I have Google Sheets and Google Docs, just because I use that so much for my internship, my sorority, for my personal life. So I love to have it on my phone because I'm someone who loves to have my resources on me all the time, so I love having that. And then if you go to UF, I don't know if other schools have this, but we have the Rider app, and anytime you take the bus, you download this app and you can see the buses moving live, like real time, and you can see where they are, and you can figure out exactly when you need to hop on so you can get to where you need to go. So yeah, that's the Rider app. Love that, very helpful. Then I have Money. So I have the Disney World app in my money folder because Disney takes all of my money. Ta-da! That's just it. That's the whole story right there. End of video. But yeah, so I have the Disney World app in here. Obviously you can make your fast passes on there, see wait times, which is a way that I love to torture myself when I'm not in Orlando. And then I have my banking app, Venmo, good old Venmo, and then the Passport app. Passport is the passport parking app, and so at the University of Florida, in our parking garages or even street parking around Gainesville, they'll have little signs that tell you like a little code that you can put in on the Passport app, and instead of having to carry change and 1,000,001 quarters on you, you can just have the Passport app, pay for your parking, and then keep going. So really love that. And if you live in Gainesville and you don't use that yet, really suggest you download it. Just download it because it makes your life so much easier. So much easier. Then the food folder. Okay, so this one is one of my recent favorites. Obviously the Starbucks app, because you just can't fall into that trap. So Starbucks app. Love to get my Thursday happy hour where you can get buy one get one drink buy one get one free drinks sometimes. I have the My Pollo app because I love Pollo Tropical so much. The McDonald's app because surprisingly they have really good deals, and don't judge me, but McDonald's is just real good sometimes. Sometimes you just want a large Coke and large fries and just live your best life. So I have that, and they have really good coupons on there too. And then I have the GCM app. Okay, so I don't know when this started, but it definitely when I was in Gainesville last time. If you don't know, last fall I was at the University of Florida, just like I am now, and then I left in the spring to do my Disney College program, and now I am back finishing my senior year. And my roommate told me about the GCM app, and it has all of these coupons for all of these places in Gainesville. I don't know where else you can use these coupons. Like, I don't know how good they are everywhere. You put in your zip code, but literally so many different places, so many. And they have like $2 off, $1 off, $3 off, buy one get one free. And I use this every time I go anywhere. Like Gigi's Cupcakes, you can literally get $2.50 off. Cupcakes are not very expensive. You can literally get like a $1, $2 cupcake. So when I found that out, I was quite pleased, and I'm still very thrilled about this app. So if you live in Gainesville and you're about to go eat out, make sure to download the GCM app first and check it out. And then I have the group folder, which is where I have Slack, GroupMe, and Trello. And again, Trello is the widget that I told you about earlier that I use for my internship. GroupMe, when you're in college, just how do you not use GroupMe? You know, every time you do a group project, somebody wants to use GroupMe. So I have that, and then I have Slack, which is another kind of communication app that we use for her campus at UF. So yeah, that is everything on my iPhone. Alright everybody, so that is all I have on my iPhone. Those are all of the apps that keep me creative and organized and saving some money. So I hope that that helped you guys and you guys were entertained by that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back with some more videos very soon. I will be uploading a lot more regularly than I did this past week. I think I skipped a week or something. That's why it felt so long. The last video I did was my fall night routine, and that was my first little sponsored video. So that was really exciting for me to put together. And it was my first kind of all visual video with like a voiceover. It took a lot of work, and I was really happy and proud of it. So go check it out. I'll definitely be making a lot more videos pretty soon. I have a lot more planned up, especially for the fall season. So yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!